with those guys warming up. They're setting up their cards and everything of that nature. You've got Knock on the left-hand side right there on the screen. You got AKG on the right-hand side of the screen. It's going to be a tough one. Loser, got to suck it up and leaves town. The winner moves on to the semifinals. So let's go ahead live here at the 716 Food and Sports Bar in downtown Buffalo for the Bills Madden 17 Championship, and they are kicking it off at New Era Field. The old Ralph Wilson, the old Ralph, and it's going to be AKG and Knock 5 as well, Knock 85. That's James Hires going up against AKG. Like I said, here's a guy that's from the Bronx, been playing just for a few years. This is only his second year playing competitively, Farles.
Yeah, and he is going to be in the Ravens playbook today. He uses the Buffalo playbook on defense. For all the Bills fans that are watching out there, their defensive playbook is one of the best in the entire game. Multiple competitors will be using it today. They have a bevy of formations, multiple ways to send pressure at the quarterback, and that is going to be the biggest factor today. Whoever can send the most pressure at their opponent and not give up too much coverage behind it will be your Bills champion, and they'll be rocking that sick jersey at the end of the day.
That's pretty a common theme there as well in real-life National Football League stuff. So here we go. 1st and 10. It looks like we're going to have Knock in the white, and he's on offense first, and he throws a little pass out to the left side. We'll go ahead and give him 6 yards on that one. Nice little open play. That's what he does. He moves the ball methodically down the field, Farles.
Yeah, it was a nice start for Derek Carr, A.J. Green, two great players here in this Madden Ultimate Team mode. But you do see AKG very aggressive up near the line of scrimmage, hopefully looking to force some pressure off the left side of the field. 2nd
and 4, here we go from the 31-yard line. Running play off the right side. He had a little seam, picks up 7 yards, gets the first down. Not doing his thing, and he talked about it earlier. His strengths, passing, also run. He's very diverse.
Absolutely. The halfback stretch is a great way to run away from that nickel blitz. You don't want to run at the blitzer. It'll keep you inside, so he goes the other way, and he picks up a nice first down to start this thing off.
And now Knock is going to open it up a little bit. Got the shotgun block. Oh, one coming off the right-hand side. And we've got a sack right there for AKG, who is doing exactly what we talked about, bring pressure and still covering the back end.
He said it. We talked to him earlier. We got a chance to sit down. He said pressure all day. That's his motto on the defensive side of the ball. He stayed true with it. You know, he let up the run, but right there he comes back. And now his opponent's in a 2nd and 17 situation, and that's not where you want to be if you're Knock early in this game.
All right, Knock back in the gun. He's got the back to the left side, trips to the right, single on the backside. He's got a guy right down the middle of the field, over the seam. Great read there by Knock, Zach.
Yeah, the clear out. Middle was open against that nickel blitz. The seam is where you want to attack against that cover 2. If he's going to stay in that, he'll have to find a way to slow that down. But that's a big conversion to get himself out of a bad situation.
Into AKG territory. AKG on defense wearing the dark Bills jerseys. Knock 85. Knock wearing the white jerseys for the Bills offense. Watch out. He's got a man under pressure. Makes it, breaks the tackle, and he's in the red zone, Zach.
Randy Moss. The pressure came in. Derek Carr got the ball out at the last possible second. Had it wide open. AKG sending so much pressure with that nickel blitz that the middle once again open, and he got a huge gain to Randy Moss right there.
We are seeing the strengths from Knock. Diverse pass, run formation. He can do it all. Great defensive stand there by AKG. Bows his neck, if you will, on a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, the power O. A great run. People are starting to really pick up on that. It's become, you know, one of the runs that people are going to during season 3 of qualification. And the nickel blitz did a good job slowing it down there, though.
2nd and 12 from the 18. Run up the middle, took it to the left side. We'll give him a game of about 3 on that, Zach. Found a little space. AKG closed it down.
Yeah, I find it interesting, Larry. He's had success passing the ball down the middle, but what you'll see in the red zone is that everything gets a little bit tighter. Those safeties don't have to drop quite as far back, so the whole field gets compressed, and rather than him being able to go in the middle, they have to look to the outside of the field as well and stretch it that way.
Here's the game in the NFL and also in Madden. Can you get stops on 3rd down? AKG talked about that. Getting stops on defense, that's one of his strengths. Can he get one here? And he's coming off the right side. Another blitz, some pressure, and he gets the sack. And we've got probably a field goal attempt, Zach.
Yeah, 4th and 16. You're going to take your points. If you're AKG, you're fine with that because you'll learn how to adjust. You'll notice that kick meter right there, very, very slow because of the focused kicker ability chemistry. You can spend a little bit extra on your kicker. Remember, it's salary cap, so every salary cost matters, but that focus kicker slows things down for you, allows you to take a breath, and you feel very confident that you can make even long field goals above 50 yards with that chemistry.
36-yard field goal for Knock. Knock with the lead, and AKG is going to bring it out and barely gets back to about the 20, maybe the 19. So AKG on offense for the first time. He'll get this thing settled in, and we'll see if he can mount a little comeback as well. It's early in the ball game. It's about possessions. It's about turnovers. It's pretty early in the game. As you can see, AKG on the right-hand side, Knock on the left-hand side. 1st and 10 for AKG in the dark Bills uniforms. Running the rock on the left side. Not a bad game. We'll give him we'll call it 4 yards on that, Zach.
Yeah, AKG loves to run the football. He plays possessive style on offense. He pounds the rock. He loves to bring pressure on defense, control the game. And what you're going to see here is a steady dose of the ground game. Run this clock. Get Ricky Williams, the legend from the Dolphins, the football. Try and get to the edge and move the chains.
AKG 2nd and 6 from his own 24 in the dark jerseys. Hands it off again. Good defensive stop there by Knock 85. When you talk about AKG running the ball, that's his theme. That's what's going to get him going. That got him here. How important is it for him to run the ball and run effectively?
Crucial here. Big 3rd and 5. We'll see if he's really committed to running the ball or if he is going to have to open it up against Knock early. This is a big tell play.
Weakness for AKG passing the ball. We talked about that. Over the middle, can't find anyone. Now, Zach, it's 4th and 5. In the real NFL, if they were playing at Ralph Wilson, the former, now New Era Field, in Orchard Park, they would punt the ball here, more than likely, right? Not in Madden.
Not in Madden. And, you know, Gibbs likes to say, RG likes to say, that they spoke with an NFL coach, and they said that because possessions are so limited, you would see them go for it even more. But we'll talk about it right after this big 4th and 5 coming up.
4th and 5, he's in the gun. He's got to throw the ball because this is one of his weaknesses. Can he find a guy? And he's got him on the little crossing route. Give him the first down. I think he got over the sticks.
Yeah, so Larry, here's how it works, right? There's limited possessions, limited clock time. You don't get as many opportunities in a game of Madden. However, the reason I think that they go for it is because they think they can get it. And they don't have to answer to 90,000 rabid fans if things don't go their way. If you're a confident player like AKG, you've played thousands of games of Madden 17, and they say, hey, all you need is 5 yards and you get to hang on to the rock, he's got to play for 5 yards. He just got it done.
It's easy when you've got a headset on and a controller to make those calls, right? And not have to worry about your $1 million job. Here we go, 1st and 10. Start of the 2nd quarter. Knock with the lead, 3-0. He's the only one to have a possession in that 1st quarter. And then AKG got the ball. So this is the first possession for AKG, running the rock, doing what he does best there on the right-hand side.
Yeah, what I like to see from AKG is his ability to get that Darrelle Pryor outside the pocket. He has a pretty high throw on the run rating that allows him to utilize that speed and get away from pressure, and then mix in the ground game with Ricky Williams right there.
I like running out of the gun as well. You can see huge gaping holes for AKG. This is what he does, folks. He's going to run the ball and control the game, control the clock. It's called game control. He's very good at it. When he's at the top of his game, you get very few possessions. We're talking 3 or 4. That's hard to win.
Yeah, it's a tight window. He gets the ball at halftime.
This time he's going deep. He's got a guy up and catches the ball.
Dropped the rock.
No, he dropped it.
He dropped the
That's a tough
rock.
one there. That's when you got to go get those tall trees, those 6'5" receivers there.
Yeah, that's a little bit of an aggressive throw. He threw it on the run, rather. You see this replay right there. That's Mike Wallace, not known for known for his speed, but not known for the downfield possession catching traffic. A good attempt. Knox going to be thinking about that one. Wow, this guy's running and then chucking deep. I got to consider that as part of this game plan. 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10, motion. So we got twins to the left and right. Back out into the passing formation as well, and that's a nice little out route there from the inside receiver in the slot. That's a nice pickup, a first down. AKG once again on the move, Zach.
Yeah, the slot corner route, you see Randy Moss cross all the way across the field. And right there, if you were able to set your feet with Darrelle Pryor, he can be a very, very effective quarterback. It's only when you really start to go deep downfield and maybe you're on the move where he could potentially sail some throws in that zone.
Interesting that he went Darrelle Pryor quarterback, huh?
I've got a theory that we'll talk about as this game develops.
All right. AKG once again out of the shotgun, hands off to his running back, and he's bottled up. That's going to be a loss there. Good defense by Knock 85.
So as you look at Madden Ultimate Team, players can build their own team as long as they fit underneath that salary cap. Our previous event, the Madden Bowl, the second major in the EA Sports Madden Championship Series, featured salary cap teams. So a lot of players watched guys in that event and said, well, what are the best players using? I'm going to bust that out myself. And I'll tell you who used Darrelle Pryor after this snap.
2nd and 11, trips to the left, motions back to the right, so it's an even balance formation. Twins to the left and right. He's got his back out there in the flat, and he's got a receiver wide open over the middle. Breaks the tackle, and he gone into the painted end zone, and we've got our first touchdown of the Bills Madden 17 championship. Crowd, go ahead and go wild here inside of the 716 Food and Sport.
Lights are flashing right now. Deion Sanders, he clicked on, he held aggressive catch. So he took control of Deion Sanders after that throw. He held down the Y button on Xbox. That gave him an aggressive catch right back towards the line of scrimmage. And what I like that AKG did right there was he knows that Deion Sanders is one of the fastest receivers in all of Ultimate Team. So rather than trying to break a tackle by running into the defender, he just simply said, hey, we're going to run backwards a little bit. We're going to get to the corner, get to the numbers. Deion's got there holding that ball in one hand, and we'll go into the end zone. And we're up 7-3 early in this one. Big play for AKG.
Can't keep holding that ball like it's loaf of bread, but when there's no one around, it doesn't matter. Here we go. Knock with the second possession. He's got a little screen out there to the left-hand side, and we'll give him 14 yards on that play. Nice play call by Knock 85 as he trails in this game 7-3 midway through the second quarter.
Yeah, the slip screen's the perfect call to counter some of that pressure. It's a very, friendly play if you're just starting out. You mix in some screen passes, your opponent might not be expecting it, and you see that it worked for a nice gain there for Knock.
Knock on the move now at his own 40-yard line. Knock in the white jersey. AKG with the lead 7-3 in the dark jerseys. He's on defense. Knock running the rock on the left-hand side. Gain of about 8, Zach.
Yeah,
Give him 9.
He's got Freeman going, and the nickel blitz too. It can potentially stop the run, but you sometimes have to commit some resources. I'm sure Knock has played against that defense online during his qualification, so I bet he feels good about his ability to run the ball. You saw the motion, and he's picking up the edge. He's keeping it straightforward. Freeman, very good halfback here in Madden Ultimate Team, had a great season, picked up some really nice upgrades, and a good salary cap option for Knock. Now, the clock is at the 2-minute warning. He's trailing 7-3, but he's got the ball. He's got plenty of time to score here. He just can't give AKG too much time back on the clock since AKG gets the ball at halftime.
All right, here we go. 2-minute warning. AKG with the lead 7-3. He's on defense. Knock with the pass. Caught some pressure, picked it up. Can't complete the pass. It's dropped. We've got a crucial 3rd and 1, Zach.
I feel like he might have panicked a little bit right there. Sometimes on 2nd and 1, you go downfield. Maybe he thought the pressure was going to get in. He tried to throw a quick hot read, but good defense by AKG to knock it loose.
I will bring pressure. It's amazing that all of these players, they talk about it. Very important in Madden if you want to be a good defensive player. 3rd and 1 for Knock. He's got to pick up a yard here. He's in the under center, back behind him, and he's and it's picked off, and we're going the other way by AKG with the linebacker. Was that Anthony Barr?
Who else would it be, Larry? Anthony Barr is the most dominant defender in Madden NFL 17. Watch this user play underneath. He's 6'5", so even though that throw was going about 5 yards behind, easily picked it up enough, and then you see AKG go right back to the ground game with Ricky Williams. What I wanted to say was Darrelle Pryor and Ricky Williams. That combination was used by the best player to ever do it, Eric Problem Wright, at the Madden Bowl. That was his lineup. He used both those players, so I'm sure AKG watched that and said, I like that.
Copycat lead, right?
I'm sure there was some knowledge shared.
2nd and 10 for AKG, and he's looking for his receiver down the middle, and it's caught in between 3 Bills defenders for Knock. And that's
dropped the rock, Larry.
Dropped the
rock, Larry. It's
this
tough.
is what we talked about when it comes to your salary cap, right?
Randy Moss. I mean,
he's got to catch that.
His key is spectacular catch. That's a rating in Madden 17. You get good animations, you go up high, but he doesn't have the highest catch in traffic. It's very good catch in traffic, but not in triple coverage, not even Randy Moss.
Yeah. Not the biggest of receivers back in the day, but he could straight out fly, that's for sure. Here we go. 3rd and 10 for AKG. Not the best at passing the rock. He's got a receiver across the middle, going to come up a yard short. We've got another 4th down here.
Yeah, and I think that Knox should be taking a timeout right here in this situation. He's not going to. He's going to let the clock tick down. This is an interesting match situation because it's 4th and 1. Minute 10, he's going to let this run all the way down. He's going to come out in the shotgun rather than, say, like a goal line formation where he might try and QB sneak if it was 4th and inches. But Knock has to stand up right here because he already trails early in this game.
4th and 1, here we go. Can he pick up the first? And he does. Great blocking by that offensive line.
Commitment to the ground game from AKG, the difference right now. You saw Knock get a defender in the backfield, but he was just a step late on the dive. Now AKG is in prime position before the half to get some points, get the ball back after.
Under a minute left in the first half of play. AKG moving, trying to extend his lead. He's throwing the rock again, and once again it's another crossing route, picks up another 1st down.
Yeah, that's Mike Wallace. We saw him go deep downfield early in the day. That's a much better route for Mike Wallace across the middle. Use that speed, get some separation, and picks up a great game.
Close to the red zone, inside the 30. AKG breaking tackles, he's running hard, but pretty much a none-yard gain there.
Yeah, this Ricky Williams, a lot of the people don't know, but he is one of the most secure halfbacks at carrying the football. He rarely seems to fumble. So if you're AKG, maybe you could have got a guy who was a little bit faster, like a David Johnson, but Ricky Williams seems to carry the rock and rarely give it up. And when you run the ball as much as he does, super important to not turn it over with fumbles.
Very important to control the game if you want to run the ball and let that be the dominant side and the dominant portion of your offensive attack. Absolutely. 2nd and 10, AKG in the gun. He's going to throw back. He's got to look out. And he throws across the middle. Barely got back to the line of scrimmage there. And it's a 3rd and 10 for AKG as we can move closer towards the end of the first half. Under 30 seconds remaining, Zach.
Yeah, Larry, if you click down the right stick on Xbox, you'll actually throw the ball away. And he got pretty lucky right there that he didn't fumble as he got hit when he threw. He should have just thrown that one right out of bounds and lived to fight another down. Fortunately, he sits here at 3rd and 10.
3rd and 10, you got trips to the right, single receiver on the backside, got the back out as well. And he's looking, and he's got another receiver, great catch. No, did he drop that one too? No, that is caught this time.
Yeah,
okay.
He hung on to that one.
Hung on to that one.
Randy Moss, that's that spectacular catch rating coming into play, goes up. He uses his last time out, and now he's got 21 seconds. You just saw Randy Moss, Larry, and if I was a gambling man, I would say that Randy Moss could be targeted here because of that size and spectacular catch rating. I'm going to look out for him in the red zone because he can't really run the ball.
Here we go in the shotgun, and he's got his receiver, and we've got another touchdown. AKG is on the board. We're here live at 716 Food and Sport, and he's got a 13-3 lead pending the PAT, Zach. And the PAT is up, and it is 14-3 lead for AKG.
Yeah, I love that play call right there. I was eyeing Randy Moss instead. So was everybody here in the 716. He goes to Jimmy Graham instead, 6'7". What does he do? Does he throw it high? No, he seemed to throw it low there. You can actually hold down the left trigger. You throw a low pass. Jimmy Graham, only where he could catch it, rolls into the end zone. That is a masterful level drive. That is one of the most difficult things to do. You see teams mess up the clock every Sunday. AKG spent all his time out, scored with 18 seconds left his opponent with really no time left in this situation.
Knox got the ball running, got plenty of room. If he can break some tackles, that'll get him about 18 yards. And when I talked to AKG pregame,
but he's not taking a timeout.
No,
Larry.
he's not.
They're gonna take a look because I guarantee you he was taking a timeout right there.
So we do have a pause in the action now. 8 seconds left before the half here at 716 Food and Sport. We're live here trying to work out the situation here, but 8 seconds left. AKG up 14-3. I'll talk to AKG. His weakness, passing and limiting mistakes. He's done both of those things well, so he's turned a weakness into a strength today.
It's an impressive way to go. 8 seconds left. He was trying to take that timeout. He ends up getting it. Let's see if he can get the run here and try and get into field goal range. He's going to take one more timeout before.
Or maybe go Hail Mary. You can't kick a 68-yard, 70-yard field goal, can you?
Nope. You would need one more play right there. So
Yep.
instead, couldn't quite get to it before the half. That would have been a big chance at an opportunity. But that's where AKG running that clock down to 18 seconds was so important at the end of the half. Didn't give his opponent a chance for a field goal.
AKG returning the kickoff here. Knock kicks it off, and nice, decent return there, close in between the 25 and 30-yard line. Now, when you look at this, how it sets up in the second half, Zach, AKG has the ball, double-digit lead, run game, passing game, efficient, controls the game. If you're Knock, what do you do here to kind of get back into this thing, because it's becoming down to possessions? You're only going to get about 2 or 3 more.
Yeah, you got to start to clamp down on the run like he did right there. Cover 2 invert, it's a much more aggressive style of defense with that formation that he's specifically using right there. It brings a lot of guys into the box, a lot of defenders. It's going to hopefully get AKG to pass the ball, but that's where his commitment and his balance right now, 20 total plays, 9 and 11, as the balance looking good.
James Hires, 31-year-old from Irvington, New Jersey. Gamer tag is Knock. Oh, and he's off the side, and we've got a sack there. Or was that an incompletion, I guess, right?
Fortunately, Darrelle Pryor did get the ball out right there, but that's one of those things that can come
close
back to haunt you. As he gets that throw out, that could potentially be a sack fumble in future situations. So AKG's now been fortunate 2 times to not turn the ball over when he has gone to the pass, but that's more of what Knock needs here on this 3rd and 11.
So far, limiting mistakes, but pretty close to also making a couple of mistakes as well. 3rd and 11, AKG in the gun. He's got 4 wideouts out there. Once again, working those slot receivers and those tight ends on those little pivot routes, tough to defend.
Yeah, he went more aggressive on that 3rd down right there, but Jimmy Graham, one of the best receivers. You're going to see him on a lot of teams today. He hangs on. One of the best players you can add to your ultimate team because of his size and athleticism. Really nice conversion right there from AKG. Keeps the clock in his favor. Just confidence, patience. It's starting to mount up in this game, and if you're not, you got to get it going.
Yeah, you want to start speeding it up a little bit, and you're going to have to bring some pressure, and that's exactly what Knock 85 did on that possession there, or that play. A loss of 2 for AKG.
Yeah, these guys have never matched up before, but you've definitely seen some of the plays that they would have gone with. Knock plays over on PS4. He pretty much labs by himself, a little bit of a lone wolf, but he does want to give a quick shout out to his cousin in New Mexico, who he plays with from time to time. They kind of work on games together. But this Buffalo defensive playbook, the nickel 2-4-5, he needs it to generate him a big play right now. He's going to start with some pressure.
All right, here we go. 2nd and 12, AKG in the gun, and he's got his quarterback rolling, and once again, hitting those crossing routes over the middle. It's been there all day, Zach.
Yeah, well, if you're Knock, you go to the first route right there, but then AKG has a route that trails it. So he's got a route that trails the user, a defender who's going to shut that down, runs away, and then this simple pass underneath to make it a very manageable 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2, so plenty of options. He's got pretty much 2 downs to pick up 2 yards here. And he fakes the handoff, avoids the blitz, and a nice little 3-yard pass completion. Nothing impressive about it, but it gets the job done.
I mean, that's all it takes. If you're just tuning in, this is our first game of the day, live from 716, Knock against AKG. AKG has been running the ball, patient. He picked up a big 4th down early in this one. Similar to that, great conversion right there on 3rd and 2. He's controlling the clock. He had a nice interception, and he sits in a powerful position here in this Madden Ultimate Team salary cap style mode.
It's a dink and dunk sort of a situation for AKG, but it's effective. Most defenses, like you look in the NFL with some of these great offenses, they can't really drive the field and make a touchdown without turning the ball over 10, 12, 15 plays every single time. Some of the teams, like New England, Atlanta, prove that you can this year, and that's why they're high scoring and they're getting the job done, converting on 3rd downs. 2nd and 5 here for AKG in the gun. He's got his back to the right side. Little motion there. He got trips to the left. Looks like a passing formation. We'll see what he does. Will AKG get it done? And he goes ahead and runs the ball there. Nice pressure up the middle, setting his defense up for Knock there to have a good impact there on defense.
Yeah, if we sat with Knock before the game, if I had said, hey, Ricky Williams, the Ultimate Team legend halfback, is going to have just 12 carries for 25 yards in the 3rd quarter, how do you think you're doing? I think he would have felt pretty confident. But what it's been for AKG is a lot of these little play-action passes that have really opened things up, even though the ground game's not all there right now.
Under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Time's ticking. And once again, did he get that toe drag swag?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he did. What a completion there on the left-hand sideline.
In Madden 17, you have 3 different types of catches. You have you have a possession catch where you actually get down. That was that right there. He toe tapped on the sideline. He held down that A button on Xbox, and that's a great catch type to use in that area of the field when you like to throw those corner routes.
AKG moving in, not territory, around the 29-yard line, 1st and 10. AKG in the dark jerseys. Nice tackle, breaks through for Knock to get a loss there. That was huge.
It is big. He needs to hold him to a field goal here, keep it a 2-possession game. Because of that run style, AKG, he likes to run the clock. And so if you're not going to get too many more chances. Got to keep it a 2-score game right here.
Absolutely. 2nd and 12 for AKG. Young kid from the Bronx, 6 feet 6 inches. Tall kid. He said he might even be 6'7", and he's going deep, and he's got another Kai. Touchdown over the middle. AKG, 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns. He's looking tough today, Zach.
Prime time, Deion Sanders across the middle of the field. We told you to watch out for him in the pregame. He's one of the fastest receivers in Ultimate Team. Another masterful 11-play, 73-yard drive. Took over 4 minutes.
Wow.
Out the game right there. Awesome.
Well, Zach, you look at it here, going late into the third quarter, the late stages of the third quarter, AKG with an 18-point lead. That's a 3-possession game. You do the math, he might have to go onside, or he's going to have to get very aggressive, and he's got to score every single time.
Got to start scoring. He's known to use his entire playbook. He uses that Ravens offense. He likes to switch it up. He doesn't like to run what everybody else is running, but right now,
I like this no huddle.
He's got to go to that part of the playbook that puts some points on the board. He's got to try and get some points early here. Just can't keep running the ball and waiting.
Needs some chunk plays, Zach. Here we go, 2nd and 6 for Knock, and he's going for the corner route, and it's batted away.
Great defense right there. Cover 2, that flat zone drops back. AKG making the adjustment, defends the corner. Knock wanted that one.
Not over yet. Not going to say Katie bar the door. It's getting close, though, Zach.
I mean,
3rd and 6.
If Anthony bars the door, then this one could be over, but we'll see how it goes.
All right, 3rd and 6 for Knock. Nice little corner route there, a little seam route for his slot receiver there. It picks up a huge first down. He needs more plays like that. He needs 15, 20 yards per play here, Zach.
And he's doing it right. He's holding down the Y button on Xbox, and what that allows you to do is actually go into a hurry-up offense. You skip the huddle.
Can he get a play off before the end of the 3rd? Does get it off just in time. Pressure in his face, completes a short play. Don't know how effective that was.
Yeah, I think he got a little bit spooked right there. Some pressure came up the middle. He just dumped it out to his quick read over the middle. Unfortunately, you want to use the other 3rd catch type there. So you have the spectacular catch, the aggressive catch where you hold down Y. You want to use the rack catch there, the run after catch. So it sets you up. It actually turns you upfield after you catch it. And you can really, even though it's a short route, you could have gained a lot more yards.
If you're AKG, you're fine with 3- and 4-yard gains all game long from here on out. And once again, Knock hits the receiver, left-hand side. But once again, just a 3-yard gain. AKG will live with that, and he'll run out the clock.
Absolutely. Milk and cookies time, 3rd and 4. A big stop here. It's going to be 4-down territory no matter what for Knock because he's got to get back.
At some point, Knock's got to get out of his comfort level, and he's got to go deep. And the quarterback dropped for a sack there. Probably the play of the game here. It's 4th and 8, down by 3 possessions. He needs a first down here, or it will be Katie bar the door.
Yeah, it pushed him out of field goal range. He was right on the brink of it anyway before, so now he definitely has to go to it. He needs 8 yards to stay alive in this one. You see that red line on the field. That's where he's got to get to if he wants to extend this game and potentially make a push back.
Knock in the white jerseys, down by 18 points. 4th and 8. About 4 minutes left in the game. He needs some big plays, some chunk plays, and he's in the gun and he's looking. Oh, and it's picked up again. The 2nd pick by AKG, and that should just about do it. Matter of fact, that probably will do it, Farles.
Telvin Smith, a great linebacker in Madden 17. Good speed, good coverage. He gets underneath the route right there. You've seen that before from AKG, and now we're going to see a heavy dose of Ricky Williams as he leans forward. Still only 14 carries for 28 yards, but what's most important is the ability that it keeps the clock going, and it's going to force Knock to use those timeouts.
Sometimes it's not about the yards. It is about possession, and it's about the carries. And sometimes when you look at these carries and the per attempts and the yards per carry, really doesn't matter if you're controlling the clock and you have a lead. And he's doing exactly what he needs to do. So we've got 2nd and 5 here. AKG running again, picks up a couple of yards on the carry there. 3rd and 4 for AKG.
And I would assume that he'll try and keep it on the ground here. Although those short drags have been very popular for him, I wouldn't expect him to maybe open up downfield. But he can't take a sack. A sack would be potentially a bad situation because he could fumble the football. So I expect him to look short across the middle right here if he decides not to run the rock. 3rd and 4, Terrell Pryor's in the shotgun right now. You see Ricky Williams standing to his right. The play clock is ticking down, and he does indeed keep it on the ground, and Ricky Williams stumbles forward, picks up the 1st down, and that was a great commitment to the ground game. AKG said it. I'm bringing pressure all day on defense, and I'm pounding the rock out of the Chiefs' offensive playbook.
All right, 1st and 10. Great pickup by AKG, so he's getting a chance to run out the clock as we head towards that 2-minute warning and a 3-score lead. Pretty insurmountable, if you ask me, Mr. Farles.
Yeah, and if you're just tuning in, remember that we're showing you every single game on stream today.
All 7.
All 7, so you're not missing anything else right now. You're watching these two guys that have earned their position to be at this great Buffalo Bills Club Series Finals right now, and you're not missing anything. We will have all the action today for you.
2-minute warning here live at the 716 Food and Sports Bar in downtown Buffalo. Larry Ridley on the call on the play-by-play with my good buddy and my colleague, Zach Farley. Kids call him Farles. He is the Madden Bible as we approach the end of the game. AKG up by 18 points. It's a 21-3 score. He's got the ball, and he's got a great opportunity to move on and advance to the semifinals.
Yeah, and in our first game between, a younger member of the community and a veteran.
Nice safe play.
It looks like the youth is so far coming out on top in this one, although he does face a 4th and 2, but he feels confident that he should be able to get it going. He's going to grab a timeout right here.
Yeah, and you get down to these later stages of the game, Zach, and it becomes a situation where if you're AKG, you just want possession. You just want to run the ball, run the clock, run plays, no matter if they're good plays or bad plays. You just want plays.
You just want plays, but also if you're AKG, you gotta think about getting this 1st down here on 4th and 2, but you might actually start to open up your offense a little bit because you have the lead, because you have confidence.
And you can throw the ball down the field because a pick is just like a punt. And he's got another receiver. Will he go? And he goes down. Good play there. I thought he had a shot at possibly getting another house call there.
Well, very smart move by AKG. You've won this game. Why rub it in? You're here for one reason. You want to go to Los Angeles. And by laying down, which is actually something you can do in Madden 17 by pressing both triggers and then pressing the dive button, you can give yourself up. It keeps the clock moving, and it ends this game and doesn't give your opponent a chance to get the ball back. I mean, yes, it's over, but he just wants to move on. He respects his opponent. There's all kinds of love today between these competitors when they're off the sticks, but on the gridiron, everything's, very serious, but they're still great sportsmen.
Yeah, and that's what the community is all about, great sportsmanship. And, Zach, what is the best play in all of football?
QB Neal. The victory formation right here for AKG closes it out, and he moves on to the next round. Single elimination format today. He's got to win 3 games to wear that awesome jersey and be crowned the champion, and he did a great job in that opening one, getting some confidence. The first one can oftentimes be the toughest one.
Sure.
So for AKG to get that confidence going, got to feel really good.
There is the young man, the 20-year-old from the Bronx. He's played in my challenger back in January 21st, moved on to the quarterfinals with the Compete Forever tournament in Rivervale, New Jersey. So he moves on. He's into the semifinals. AKG, the babyface killer there, 6'6". He says he might even be 6'7". He's still growing. And a great story about AKG. He says he only wears sweats. As you saw him downstairs in his sweats, I'm like, it works. It works for traveling and flying on planes. I like to wear sweats too. And also it helps to being into the big chair at Madden. So he's comfortable here, moves on to the semifinals, and he's got a shot at that $3,500 and that beautiful custom Bills jersey. So here we go. Let's go downstairs, and let's talk to the second man on our crew, the third man on our crew, Steve Tasker, the former Bills legend. Steve, take it away.
Thanks,
AKG.
guys. You see here as I stand here with AKG, this is the story of my life. I'm too short for it. AKG, you did a great job. You gave him the quick 3-point lead, then you scored all those points unanswered. What happened there? I mean, you got it turned around. Finally, you got the football. You went right down. Really, ball control was a real issue for you, right?
Yeah, it's all about control of the ball, like you said. Gave him 3 early points on. I knew what he was looking or passing, and I gave those on early on, and I adjusted after as the game was going on. And from my side, I had my passing game going as well, so I was moving the ball with that, and I was able to score 21 points.
Yeah, you got that first touchdown. You inserted Deion Sanders in. You started going to him a lot more and spreading the football around. Talk a little bit about some in-game adjustments that you made. What was the biggest one that you maybe caught you off guard and you said, okay, I got to change this? What was that?
Him passing the ball, because from looking at how he plays, he's running the ball, so I had to make more adjustments on defense to stop the passing play. So I was able to get some couple of picks on defense, and then on offense with Deion, he's a great guy on offense and defense, but I only have his receiver card on offense, so I was able to sub him in and pass the ball to him.
Yeah, you got him in early, really on the second series, I think it was, that you put Deion in?
Yeah, he's my slot guy. He's pretty fast, him and Mike Wallace, so I like using them both. And then with Moss, I like using him as a big target, so I also had them in there passing the ball.
Well, you got it through the first round. You got another semifinal round coming up in a minute. Thanks, AKG, for this. Congratulations moving on.
Thank you.
All right, now we'll go back up to Zach and Larry.